Talking about professional athletes in the NBA that decided to cancel their playoff games yesterday. So I think it's a good thing that the playoffs will now resume. They certainly made their statement, but I want to read you a couple comments that Jared Kushner made on CNBC yesterday. One statement he made, which I think is completely idiotic, and another statement he made, which I actually agree with, which I think is a positive. Let me start with the negative. This is what Jared Kushner said. He said, quote, "Look, I think that the NBA players are very fortunate that they have the financial position where they're able to take a night off from work without having to have the consequences to themselves financially. First of all, if you want to talk about anybody that has been very fortunate, it would be Jared Kushner, whose father is a billionaire, whose father bought his son's way into Harvard by donating $5 million to the university."
That doesn't mean he's wrong.
If I could just finish. His father has given him money to blow in New York City. Kushner's lost about $200 to $300 million of his father's money with horrible deals that he's made financially. Kushner's never done anything, but you know what? Kushner has still had the luxury of having a job. Kushner still has money because of his daddy. So for him to make statements about NBA players who worked hard their whole life to get to where they're at, who busted their ass since they were 6 years old, some of them, playing basketball, to earn a great living playing in the NBA, they earned it. I asked the question, Jared Kushner, what have you earned in your life? That's number one.
Now, he helped close the Israel-UAE peace deal, which is about to stabilize the Middle East. Pretty big accomplishment, Brian.
Mm-hmm. And how did he get to that position? What did he do in his life to get the position he's in now?
So you're saying that because he's Donald Trump's daughter's husband, that's why he's in that position, therefore it invalidates what he did?
No, that's not what I'm saying.
So give him credit for what he did.
That's not what I'm saying.
Give him credit for what he did, because he did do that. He did help negotiate a very important peace deal.
Okay.
That being said, just because you think he's a hypocrite doesn't mean he's incorrect. He is right. He is correct. These players are very lucky to be in that position, and there are millions and millions of Americans who are not in that position. And that's one of the reasons why the ratings are so bad and fan support is so low, because a lot of people nationwide are thinking, wow, these players want to defund the police or abolish the police or vilify the police. They're making millions of dollars, but they want to take my protection away, and I have no money to feed my family.
Okay, so the reason why I read that statement, I didn't want to get into the NBA ratings, but the reason why I read that statement, and
ratings is reflective of fan support.
Okay,
Brian.
so I'm going to get to the positive statement, but the reason why I read that statement is because Jared Kushner is the poster child for being lucky financially. He has literally,
and I'll agree with that.
He has done nothing in his life for him to get that position. His father bought his way into Harvard. He bought some property in New York that has lost hundreds of millions of dollars. He's lost his daddy's money. He's the last person that should be talking about finances and being lucky and luxury. He is the poster child of that. Now, with that being said, Jared Kushner said that he is going to reach out to LeBron James, and he said slogans are okay, but we want action. I applaud Jared Kushner for at least taking the time. Hopefully, I hope LeBron James answers that phone call. Even if he doesn't like Donald Trump or Jared Kushner, you have to take that call because, in my opinion, it won't hurt. It can only help. We're taking your phone calls at 702-257-5396. Again, that number to call, 257-5396. What do you think about the NBA yesterday canceling games? Do you think that LeBron James should take that phone call from Jared Kushner? I should say yes. I don't care if it's from Donald Trump, Jared Kushner. I don't care who it is. Take the phone call, if not for you, if not for your political views, for the sake of minorities across the country. It can't hurt.